YTBC. This is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison. And guys, I'm back again. Listen, okay? I'm always, I'm tough on Chris Arreola. You know, without a shadow of a doubt, I am tough on Chris Ravioli. I'm tough on this guy. But I'm just going to be honest. Chris, you lost this fight, okay? You lost the fight, hands down, and there's just no way around it. You got a gift draw, Chris. You got a gift draw. And I'm just saying, Kassi, I thought he outpointed you. I thought he outboxed you. I thought he hit you. I thought he did enough to win this fight. And that's just the way that is. And guys, you all know, if you've been subscribed to my channel long enough, you already know exactly what I'm about to go in on, okay? I think Chris Arreola, his fitness has been a problem. And I don't know why people can't understand. And I heard one boxing channel say that Chris Arreola can never be shredded. That's a lie. He sure can be shredded. In fact, Chris Arreola does have a body type to be shredded. The thing of it is, though, is he's not doing enough conditioning, guys. And I'm trying to tell y'all, he spent a majority of his time in the ring. Chris Arreola need to get on a weightlifting program. He need to get onto a combination of weightlifting and cardio, along with all the stuff that he does, to prepare for his boxing matches. Chris Arreola could be shredded. I'm telling y'all, and I'm telling y'all again, the problem with Chris Arreola is his fitness level. That's it. If Chris Arreola correct his fitness level, he won't get in these fights against these boxers, y'all. These guys who they have no notoriety to them. They have zero notoriety, and they go in there and they take Chris Arreola to the limit. I mean, just look at James Harper. Curtis Harper. The last guy, the guy had a fight with Curtis Harper back in March. Okay, look at what Curtis Harper did to Chris Arreola. He gave Chris Arreola a lot to handle in that fight. And I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm telling you people again, it's Chris Arreola's fitness. And I don't care what you say, the man can box. See, here's the thing. Chris Arreola can box. This guy can box. He can box his butt off. And the man has a skill set. The problem is, I'm starting to think that this man got some kind of eating disorder. Because when I saw his body, I'm like, oh, he finna get into another fight. It's finna be a brawl. And this is not going to be an easy fight for Chris Arreola. I don't care what sport you play. You have got to have a level of cardio fitness conditioning. I don't even care if you're driving a NASCAR. You got to have some cardiovascular fitness. And that's just the way that is. And people don't agree with me. Many NASCAR drivers run miles. They lift weights. They do a lot of things to keep their cardiovascular system, up to par. Chris Arreola don't do any of that. And you can tell. And when I saw him at weigh-in, I'm like, oh, here we go again. Here we go. I actually gave the fight 7-3. Maybe you could have argued 6-4. I couldn't find more than 3 rounds to give Chris Arreola. I could not find 3 rounds to give this man. I could not do it. And I picked against Chris Arreola. I picked against him. I predicted that Kassi would win the fight. I said that Kassi would win the fight. And guys, I'm pretty point on. And a lot of other channels are also, they're saying the same thing that I thought, okay? After the fact that I made this video, I went and looked at what some other channels said. Look, Chris Arreola got beat up. And I'm just saying it like it is, okay? I thought there were times where Chris had some good moments in the fight. And he was catching Fred Kassi, with some nice stiff jabs. And I never ever said that he ain't had no jab. He was catching him with some good stiff jabs, catching him with a couple of rights. Oh, and Chris was really hitting him to the body well, man. I mean, Chris Arreola got a wicked body shot. Like, I like it. But the man is too fat. I'm just saying. I think maybe his fitness level looked a little better, but it's almost minutely noticeable. You can't even tell. The man it's his fitness. Chris Arreola is just overweight. And I'm telling y'all, if he get in the ring with Deontay Wilder, it's lights out. I'm telling you, Chris Arreola will not beat Deontay Wilder. If Deontay Wilder get in the ring with another fat boy, and I'm telling you, that's just the way that is. Chris Arreola going to sleep. You mark my words. Coach Shelton Harrison said, you heard it right here on this channel. If Chris Arreola get in the ring with Deontay Wilder, he is going to sleep. Chris, if you get to fight with Deontay Wilder, you got to take your fitness serious, Chris. You have got to take it serious. You cannot come into another fight, man, overweight. You can't do it. Because eventually, dude, you're 34 years old. Some young gun is going to seriously injure you, man. if you take your fitness level and if you play around with it. You play with your fitness level too much, man. You play with your fitness level too much, and dude, I mean, come on, man, you're tripping. You're tripping hard. You got to stop playing with your fitness level, and that's just the way that is. I mean, dude, you are a fighter. You are in a hurt sport, dude. You're in a sport where one punch can change everything that you do in life. One punch can put you in a coffin. One punch can put you in a wheelchair. One punch can paralyze you for life, Cris Arreola. You got to take this thing seriously. You got to take the hurt game seriously. Okay, you can't be doing a lot of last minute stuff, man, to get your fitness in order. You got to start from the time training camp start. Hell, Cris Arreola, you look, after this fight, you need to get on a mission, man, to be in as best shape as you can. You got to, because, dude, I'm telling you again, somebody's going to severely hurt you, and it's going to be Deontay Wilder. If you get in the ring with Deontay Wilder, if you thought Bermain Stavern breaking your nose was bad, you going to sleep, and you're going to get seriously hurt. I'm telling you now, you're going to get hurt. If you get in, if you get your physical fitness up to par, you and Deontay Wilder, y'all going all 12 rounds, and Deontay will not outclass you. I'm just telling you now. But if you go in with this fitness level that you accustomed to seeing, if you go in with 5 stomachs and 4 butts, if you go in there in that state, Cris Arreola, you're gonna get hurt. And I hate to see such a talented guy, man. Even at 34, you got skill set. But I'm telling you, man, you're on a pathway to destruction. And I don't care what anybody else says about this video. I am a track and field coach. I've been a track and field coach on the highest levels, and I'm telling you what. Cardio, physical conditioning is important for every single sport out there. You give me a sport, and if you tell me that cardiovascular, health doesn't matter, then I'll prove it to you. I'll prove it to each and every one of y'all. Even in the sport of golf, I can tell you where having good cardiovascular health is good in the sport of golf. I can prove it to you. So don't sit in here and say Cris Arreola, he had a good fight. He didn't have a good fight. Cris Arreola looked terrible in this fight. He looked terrible. Cris, you got whooped up on by a guy that's used to sparring, Cris. This guy spars. He is a glorified sparring partner. And you want to get in the ring with Deontay Wilder? Somebody help this man. Somebody shake some sense into Cris Arreola. But I do have to really, I got to praise Cris Arreola on this. He was honest, man. He was very, very honest about, he said that I got to get my fitness in order. He said I got to get in better shape if I want to fight Wilder. So I can appreciate that part of Cris Arreola. See, I'm talking about Cris Arreola, the fighter. Cris Arreola, the person, man, is a great person, okay? He's a great person. He does a lot of things with children. I can like a person like that, personally, on a personal level. I just don't want to see a guy, with his skill set. He's a family man. You got to take your job seriously. Because in boxing, you don't get fired in boxing. You know what happened in boxing? You don't get fired in the sport of boxing when you have poor performance. You get hurt for life. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.